This team is the literal definition of a roller coaster. It's been what I think 8 straight games. It's been win loss win loss win loss, and I think they were just talking about that on the post game too. It's basically just been win loss. They haven't. There hasn't been a stretch of wins. There has been a stretch of losses in like the past 8 games. It's been win one, lose one, win one, lose one in that order, and we lose today to the Arizona Diamondbacks by a score of 8-4. And the Diamondbacks, they gave us chances to win this ball game. They were literally handing the ball game to us, and we didn't take advantage of it. They had some instances where Mike Leake, who was on base, he was on third. There was a couple plays where he didn't tag up to score a run, or he decided not to go home. And once again, the Diamondbacks were sloppy on the defensive side too. They had 3 more errors in tonight's ball game, and on the offensive side, we had 15 hits, and we were 2 for 17 with runners in scoring position. It's just up and down roller coaster. It's just I feel like every loss it's the same story. Can't hit with runners in scoring position, and all the chances that we have with the bases loaded. It seems like we're getting too many chances. We're getting a bunch of chances with the bases loaded over the past month, and we can't do anything. An interesting stat that they brought on post game: since July 1st, we are three for 33 with the bases loaded. Since July 1st, we've gotten 3 hits with the bases loaded in a span of a month. And just to take it, 3 for 33 is how many chances we got. 33 chances with the bases loaded in a span of a month, and you got 3 hits out of it. Look at all those runs that you wasted in a month. Look at all those ball games you could have possibly won in a month if you scored with the bases loaded. It's just, this team is, like I said, is a literal definition of a roller coaster. It's like a couple of games of a hot streak, and then it comes crashing down, and it's a cold streak. There's no consistency, and that's been the story the entire year. This team is insanely inconsistent. And for tonight's ball game, we had Jake Arrieta on the mound. He was pretty solid. He's going to give you basically a 5-inning game with that bone spur. He's not going to go any further than 5-6 innings. Goes 5 innings, gives up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Only 2 runs were on a home run. And I wouldn't say Jake Arrieta was poor in this game. He was pretty solid, actually. Just sadly, with that bone spur, he can't go deep in the ball games. And once he comes out of this ball game, the bullpen just didn't look good at all. Suarez looked terrible. Parker gave up a run. Eflin came into this ball game late. He gives up a home run as well. Every guy except Suarez actually gave up a home run. So Phillies allowed 3 home runs in this ball game to the Diamondbacks. It's just, we start off this ball game good, actually. We got a 2-run lead. Corey Dickerson, he led off the ball game with a home run to dead center field. Ball was actually crushed. That's his second home run with the Phillies. And honestly, both of those long shots that he's hit with us, both bombs. So hopefully he's right now one of the best hitters on our team because he's batting over 300. Technically, he is the best hitter on our team right now. So that shows the goodie right there. And then we get the second run of the ball game in the top of the 4th inning. Adam Haseley gets an RBI single, which makes it 2-0. But then the Diamondbacks respond in the bottom of the 4th inning. Eduardo Escobar, he hits a 2-run shot, his 25th of the season, to tie the game at 2. But in the next half inning, the Phillies do respond to make it 3-2. Bryce Harper reaches on a throwing error, and I don't know what this play was. There was no one on first base, and the thrower just completely threw it past the base in general, and Rhys Hoskins managed to score on that, so it was a 3-2 ball game at that point. But in the bottom of the 6th inning, this is when Suarez is on the mound. He allows 2 runs in the inning to make it 4-3 Diamondbacks. Avila, he gets a single, and it scores 2 runs, so it's 4-3 at this point. And then the 7th inning, the Diamondbacks start to break it open even more. Eduardo Escobar, RBI single, and then David Peralta hits a 2-run shot to make it 7-3. And Adam Haseley, he does get one more run. He doubles and scores Scott Kingery to bring the lead back within 3. But then Alex Avila in the bottom of the 8th inning seals this game away as he hits a solo shot to dead straightaway center field. It goes right above where the cameras are, and it's 8-4 at this point, and that's where the ball game ends. So just very sluggish ball game today. Just once again, the offense just completely sucked, and Just going back in the 6th inning, that's when we had the bases loaded. We had Rhys Hoskins, 1 out, strikes out. Bryce Harper, 1 out, no, 2 outs actually, strikes out. It's just when we need the big hit in a lot of games, and we have Rhys Hoskins up, he can't get it done. And for as good as Bryce Harper has been with runners in scoring position lately, not lately, the entire season he's been really good with runners in scoring position, our best hitter with runners in scoring position. Just lately, he just can't find a way to get going. He's struggling with runners in scoring position. He's struggling overall. Even though he did have a hit or two in this ball game, he's just can't seem to get that big hit when we need it. And that's not going to be good down the stretch. He needs to wake up. JT Realmuto, once again, disappointing with runners in scoring position. It's just that middle of the lineup, all that talent that we got. Harper, Hoskins, JT, they're not getting the job done. And it's becoming way too consistent of them being inconsistent. It's coming way too often at this point. And that's been the common theme of this team. We can't score when we have runners in scoring position, hence the 3 for 33 with the bases loaded since July 1st. That's a definite right there. And the 2 for 17 on top of that in this ball game with runners in scoring position. And just the offense just finds a way to go dead silent. Just finds a way. And then the bullpen was no help either. Ranger Suarez, he goes only a third of an inning, can't get out of it, allows 2 hits, 2 earned runs, walks 2, strikes out 1. Didn't look good at all. Ranger Suarez, I don't even know, he hasn't been available to pitch, and he comes into this ballgame and absolutely sucks. Parker comes in, pitches an inning, allows 3 hits, 3 earned runs on the 3-run. He does allow 3 earned runs on the 3-run shot, actually. And yes, this bullpen just absolutely sucked. I'm just lost for words right now because this ball game was just piss poor. It was piss poor. And Zach Eflin comes in for an inning and 2/3, allows 2 hits, 1 earned run on a solo shot by Avila in the 8th inning. And yeah, the offensive-wise, statistically, our best hitter, honestly, this series has been Scott Kingery coming back home. He's found a way to wake up his bat. And also Corey Dickerson. Corey Dickerson goes 5 for 2. Rhys Hoskins goes 1 for 5. Bryce Harper 1 for 5. Both of those guys had strikeouts. JT Realmuto goes 1 for 5. Gene Segura in the 5-hole. His bat's starting to wake up even more. He's getting a bit of a hot streak on his own. He goes 3 for 5. Cesar Hernandez had a pretty poor night. He goes 0 for 4. He left 4 runners in scoring position. And then he was taken out of this ball game to be pinch hit for. Scott Kingery goes 2 for 4 in this ballgame. Adam Haseley had himself a nice ballgame. He goes 4 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Jake Arrieta goes 0 for 2. And easy said right there. Oh, Roman Quinn came in to pinch hit actually in this ballgame, and he goes 1 for 1. And it's just I'm lost for words. It's I can't think of anything to say because I feel like every loss lately has been the exact same thing. Can't score with runners in scoring position and can't score with the bases loaded. And that's exactly what happened in this ballgame. And also the bullpen blew it. And for how many times that the Diamondbacks gave us a chance to win this ballgame, we didn't take advantage of it. They had 3 errors. And we had, 15 hits? Even though counting they had 12 hits, we had 15. That's plenty enough to score at least more than 4 runs in a ballgame. And I guess everyone thought that, Corey Dickerson let off the ballgame with a solo shot. Maybe this ballgame's going to be really good. Well, blew it right in their faces. And just kind of ruined a solid outing by Jake Arrieta, even though he did give up the home run. But you're not going to get much from Jake Arrieta, like I said earlier, with that bone spur. He's only going to give you 5 innings. And you're basically relying on the bullpen for the later half of the ballgame. And the bullpen does come in and kind of blows it. And also decredit the offense because the offense just sucked besides Adam Haseley, Roman Quinn, and Gene Segura. And I'll put the blame mostly on the offense for guys like Rhys Hoskins, Bryce Harper, JT, not getting the hits when there was runners in scoring position. And also a guy like Cesar Hernandez. He had a runner in scoring position. Bryce Harper, I think, was on third base. Yeah, I think it was an inning where Bryce Harper got let off with a double. JT flew out, which got Harper to third. Then Gene Segura popped up, and then Cesar grounded out, and we couldn't score Bryce Harper. So, yeah, It's just some reason we struggle a lot lately with the runners in scoring position, especially with the bases loaded. And it's honestly been a nightmare. And also, somehow we are still in that wild card spot. The Nationals won today's ball game, so they move a half game. They take sole place of that first wild card. But now we have sole possession of the second wild card spot. But you got teams like the Cardinals a half game behind us. You got the Giants, I think, a game behind us. And you got the Mets starting to creep up right now. The Mets are a game and a half behind us for the second wild card spot. And they're close to moving us out of third place for the NL East. So yeah, the Mets are starting to wake up right now. And like I said previous video, the Mets are a good team. There's just nothing was going right for them in the beginning of the season, but now they're starting to click. They got guys like Stroman, their pitching staff starting to wake up, Syndergaard, DeGrom. So the Mets look like a dangerous ball club right now, and the Phillies gotta wake up. They gotta get something going. Like Ricky Pitalico said in the postgame, they gotta do something. They gotta get like a streak going on right here, because this inconsistency, it's getting pretty annoying and frustrating to watch. So, what are you guys' thoughts on this ball game? What are you guys' thoughts on going into tomorrow? What are your thoughts on the wild card race right now? Because it's basically anyone's going into the end of the season at this point. So, don't forget to leave a comment. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next video.